Well, hey, it's uh, it's the last night of our adventure weekend, and we thought we would just do a video and kind of tell you why we've been doing all these other videos and weird stuff. We've been doing a lot of posts up here the past couple days, and I know I've been putting these out on my sites and on my Facebook page, and I may move some of those over to LinkedIn as well. And Kelly tries to typically keep Team Kieran a lot of positive things, and you guys may have seen some of the posts over on Team Kieran about how our spring break got cut short with Kieran getting low blood counts and getting a blood infection from a bacteria, and ended up spending about a week and a half in the hospital. We were down on Hilton Head, and the original plan was for us to be spending the week on Hilton Head for me to recuperate from a thyroid surgery that I was having to remove my thyroid, and for her to get like a last chance at the ocean before she is having a pretty major shoulder surgery here coming up on May 9th. And then we were following that with a trip to Paris to kind of pay back for a trip that we lost when COVID started. That was kind of a family trip to kind of end the last round of cancer that she survived. And her getting the infection kind of showed us that we're just at a lot of times living a pipe dream, thinking that we can plan and that we can do things and not live day to day like we know that we have to, and that cancer forces us to live in the moment and have no ability to plan our lives for the most part. And the best that we have the ability to do is to maybe get a adventure weekend in like we did today or this weekend. And even that is fraught with nosebleeds and trying to survive, like Kieran and I experienced last night at 10 o'clock for 45 minutes trying to stop her nose up here. But you know, at least we were able to do that without having to rush back to Atlanta to the emergency room to get that done. And tomorrow, God willing, we'll be able to stop by our caretaker's farm for the first time and get to meet his horses. So that hopefully will be the ending of this trip before we head back to Atlanta. And all of that is to say, to kind of give you a glimpse into our lives and how we work. And all of this is really to kind of kick off where we're headed and what we're wanting to do, because this cancer life sucks. It sucks for us. It especially sucks for Kieran. And we certainly have it better than a whole lot of other people out there that don't have the resources that we have, that don't have the community behind us to take care of us with meal trains and to take care of Kieran and our family members day in and day out, and to make sure that we are well taken care of and prayed for and loved by the vast community that we have that stand behind us. But, you know, more importantly, that Kieran and the treatment that she has to go through day in and day out, and to try to survive this beast, we're just sick of it. And so a friend of ours, which if you look at Team Kieran, you'll see that she has come up with just a wonderful idea for this go around of Kieran's treatment of osteosarcoma this time, to do a triathlon in Kieran's name. And Yes.
My turn to talk.
Yes. Go ahead, Kieran.
And in this, there will be 3 events? 4.
3 events and a half event
Half event.
tied to one of them.
So the first one will be a
Run.
The first one's a run. Run a mile, which will end at LBC.
That's Leslie Beach Club here in Atlanta.
Leslie Beach Club. The second one is a bicycle, right?
There's a bicycle event, and we'll have to check on the order, but this is all on a website that we're going to get that information to you shortly.
The second one is not in order. Is the bicycle one, which the proceeds will go to Camp Twin Lakes. And the third one is Swim Across America. And there may be a tie event for younger kids that will be hosted at Leslie Beach.
Right. So the Swim Across America event that'll be at Lake Lanier, that is to benefit the Aflac Cancer Center that is at CHOA. And there's multiple events across the country that benefit different hospitals, but the one here that in Atlanta will be benefiting the Aflac Cancer Center that Kieran gets her treatments at. But just a myriad of children from across the Southeast. We're lucky as can be that we're 15 minutes from the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta and Aflac, but children drive 2 and 3 hours to get to the Aflac Cancer Center at CHOA, and even 4 hours, and they're one of the top 10 cancer treatment centers in the country, and we're just blessed to have them here. Twin Lakes is a camp that offers summer programs for all different types of groups of children that have different special needs. One is Camp Sunshine that Kieran goes to for cancer treatments, but she also goes to a different camp that she learned about and has gone to this past year,
Camp No Limitations,
which is Camp No Limitations. But they also have other camps for other different groups of children. So that's another wonderful group that we're supporting on the other leg of this triathlon. And then the third one is one that's probably most near and dear to our hearts, and that's the one that we're doing the 1 mile fun run for, and that is the Rally Foundation for Pediatric Cancer Research. And they raise money to fund grants to different organizations to find treatments for pediatric cancer. Only 4% of...
You forgot some things.
Go ahead.
They also help with counseling for kids and families. They bring in meals for families while they're in the hospital. And those are the main ones I can think of. They also do advocating at Washington for better research facilities for us. And they do a lot more. I just can't think of them all.
Yeah, so they're advocating in Washington for the government to provide grants for research, so that they're not having to ask for us to give money all the time, but maybe trying to get the government to fund research in different ways. And they actually, I think, just were able to get the Department of Defense to provide a $30 million grant for pediatric research. And the interesting thing about that is that 4% of cancer funding, cancer research funding, only 4% of that funding goes to pediatric cancer research. And the reason for that is the fact that it's not profitable, and so there's not a lot of dollars that are being put towards it. So we have to do our part to try to raise money for that as best we can. As far as this triathlon goes, some of the fun things that I'm looking for, Kieran is always my shining star. She like her line or her motto, and I'm not sure, Kieran, did you come up with this? Did Kelly come up with this? Where did it come from?
I don't know.
What is it?
Let your light shine.
Let your light shine. So that's what, everything that Kieran is about letting her light shine. And, she shines her light for so many of us around the community, and I hope around the world see that. But, she would like nothing better than to be doing this triathlon. When we did the swimathon that we had at the last go around, that we raised $13,000 for Rally last in 2018, when she had rhabdomyosarcoma. She did the swimathon herself while she was going through cancer treatment. This go around, she's having this major shoulder surgery here coming up on May 9th. That's next Monday, a week from today.
Or May 16th.
Potentially May 16th, depending on her blood counts. Let's just say May 9th and pray for the best and get this thing over with. But she's not going to be having use of her shoulder during this triathlon period. She's going to be either having it in a sling or going through physical therapy, trying to get the range of motion back and the strength back in her shoulder. So what that means is I am taking up the torch. Granted, this is not an Ironman triathlon. We're talking about a 1 mile fun run. We're talking about a 1 mile open water swim. And we're talking about, I think, either a 60 or a 90 mile bike. However, this boy is not in shape for those sorts of events. I just have, as I mentioned, I just had a thyroidectomy.
You're not going to be able to see that.
Well, I have some other photos that I'll be happy to share.
Oh, gosh.
But that was just done. That's why I'm talking like a frog. I also have shoulder problems. The only exercising I've been doing for the past year is water aerobics. So the closest I am is, Richard Simmons with, my folks. Now, granted, I think water aerobics is great aerobic exercise for a person like myself. But I would say that the Ironman and the triathletes among us would laugh at us. But I am going to be, between this time, between now and the different events, be somehow getting myself in shape so that here 40 years after I did a real triathlon at Callaway Gardens, we'll be doing this in Karen's place to honor her and to try to raise money. My goal is, and I'm saying this, is that we as Team Kieran raised a minimum of $50,000 between these three events, with my sheer hope that for Rally, we can raise $50,000 for Rally with additional money for the other two groups, so that we can fund an individual grant for the Rally Foundation while still providing significant funds for Camp Twin Lakes and for the Aflac Cancer Center at Showa. So that is my goal. We'll be back for more information. Kieran?
And there is no small part for what you can do. You can volunteer, you can give $1, you can give 50 cents for all I care. Because everything is a step in the right direction toward helping kids that deserve a future and don't need to have these types of troubles at such a young age.
Yeah, so with that, we appreciate anything that you can do to help. There'll be more information coming. There'll be, probably some fun videos. There'll probably be some crazy videos. There'll probably be some photographs and different stuff. There may even be some sad videos because, sad videos, draw on your heartstrings. So we might be trying to pull some of those out, whether Kieran likes it or not, because,
That's not the part
this
I
is
like.
this is our star. And hopefully she'll make you, make the money roll in. Blah, blah, blah.
Or
So,
support.
yeah. So we look forward to working with you, and thanks for watching. Love you. Bye-bye.